Mind Your Business, only on Money FM 89.3.
Good morning. It's Tuesday and we're into our 8 o'clock hour, the final hour of breakfast today. Ryan, if you're a business owner, what kind of mascots will you be thinking of creating?
Wow, that's a tough one. I would go with the roundest and cutest one I can think of. Probably bright colors as well. Something that can appeal to as many people, especially kids.
That's right. I mean, I would do the same bright colors, yellow or red or something, I don't know, huggable, I think.
I guess there's a science behind it and maybe a bit of art as well. How do you create the perfect mascot?
Well, not only businesses, but sports and government agencies also need mascots to help get their brand messages across to their audience.
Well, our guest today on Mind Your Business is just in the right business of mascots. So he is one of the key players in creating mascots for events like National Day parades, the Chingay Parade for nearly a decade.
Okay, how did they pull through the pandemic when events were cancelled? And with the digital world that we live in today, is there still a demand for physical mascots? Let's find out from Sanee Neo, General Manager, Mascot Enterprise, who has brought a special friend with him to our studio today. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Morning.
Good morning.
Sanee, before we start talking about your mascot next to you,
You brought along a special summon, Sunny.
Yes.
So what's going on here?
Yeah, this is Danny. So he represents NNI Fund, the National Neuroscience Institute. So he's the ambassador, right? To represent their effort to make neurological conditions more approachable and personable, right? Because the national neuroscience is always something very complex.
I'm gonna try my best to describe it. So this mascot is bright yellow. It's got funny parts coming out of it. How do you conceptualize a mascot? Help us to describe it. Am I doing a good job enough? How do you
No, I
decide
think there are
what?
neuro
Yes.
endings
Yes.
on top of the heads.
You got it right, Lynn.
Yeah.
So these are dendrites. So that's how a neuron would look like, right? So hence it represents NNI. Yeah. So creating characters is really fun, and what's very key is you want to create a character that represents your organization. You want it to be first degree, right? So that people can understand and catch on right away.
Right.
Yeah.
It's got that message visually.
Yes.
Colors wise, do you go for a specific logo theme going on here?
Yeah, so usually we work with a brand guide. Companies typically have a corporate colors, and usually they want that to really stand out. So
Are there popular colors that make the mascot artwork?
I would say creative colors really stand out. Yellow is one of them. Orange, green. Like just all the big e-commerce companies.
Okay, before Ryan started introducing Danny, I wanted to find out from you, what's your favorite mascot?
Wow. It's really hard to choose. But we have our very own Puffy character that represents our own mascot.
Oh.
He couldn't come today. He's on MC, right? But
What's so special about this one?
yeah, so Puffy represents the ideology of mascots just being really huggable, really cute, and for Puffy he has spectacles, so that gives him a very geeky and technical look that helps in creating mascots for our clients.
Oh.
Yes, and
so that's your company mascot.
yes, that's right.
Interesting.
That's right.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he's a bit larger than life, so I think he might have some difficulties coming to the studio today. So hence, Danny came by today.
Thanks for coming, guys. Now, I'm just wondering as well, right? You've been in the business for over 10 years, and this is something you've actually grown up with to some extent. So have you seen these mascots evolve in some sense? Have they gotten more complex materials-wise? Have they changed?
Yes, good question. When I was young, I think that's easily 20 over years ago. Wow. And mascots were not as cute as it would be today, I would say. The consumer's understanding of cuteness has evolved, right? And then
So eyes are bigger, things are rounder, fatter.
So you have clients say, hey, we want a Japanese style, or we just want a more westernized style. And then like in terms of evolving, like mascots that we create can even blink their eyes, even change their expression, and that is how we are innovating. How mascots can change the world
So
today.
how long does it take to make a mascot?
Right. The lead time typically would range from about 6 weeks to 8 weeks. It depends on how complex your character is. But naturally, in the events industry, we have to churn out mascots sometimes in just 2 to 3 weeks, which
Of course,
we
of
hope
course.
not to do. all the
Events always quick turnaround, right?
Yes, that's right.
And talk about events, of course, with COVID-19, we had a lot of events being shelved. I'm sure that hit you guys hard. How hard was it for you guys to stay afloat?
Yes, it was a very defining moment, I would say. But thankfully, we managed to pivot towards the F&B, hospitality, and even the FMCG sector. So we pitched to them in creating characters, especially in a very competitive environment. Mascots will help to really differentiate your brand, and consumers can link, that character to your brand, and it helps organization or companies stand out, right? So for F&B brands, they basically had an alternate stream of income, right? So we created characters for them. It was one way where they could attract kids, families, and on top of that, we also create plush toys, which also serve as a marketing and alternate revenue stream for them.
I'm very sure many of our Money FM listeners would want to know this next question. How much does it cost? So give us an idea of how much it will cost to want to create a mascot like Danny.
Right. So there is a range, of varying qualities, but typically it starts from the low few $1,000s, and then it could even be more than five-digit figures if you want to go into the licensing sector.
All
Like
right.
theme park mascots in the US could easily cost more than 15,000 US.
Yeah, I'm thinking if I'm a business, hey, I want a mascot, and I'm thinking, hey, if I'm Money FM, what would you propose to me? What would be that mascot look like? Would it be a guy? Would it be a creature? What color would it be?
Well, actually, this is something we've been thinking about. In other countries for elections, they actually create characters that look like the host or the guest. I would propose creating a character
Okay.
that a caricature version of
right,
yourself, Ryan.
right. That might scare some people.
Okay, Sunny, what would you like to see more being done to support a niche business like yours?
Yeah, so with all the recessions looming ahead,
Hmm.
we do see budgets being cut and all. What would be nice is understanding, in our craft, material costs are rising, and we have to increase the pay of our talents in our organization. So having cater enough budgets would be nice. Having more social community, in the world of mascots would be really nice. And hence, we've been creating a lot of mascots for non-profitable organizations and to help them further their cause.
Yeah, we're chatting with Sanee Neo. He is the general manager for Mascot Enterprise. Now, the pandemic, Sanee, has really quickened the pace of digitalization for many businesses. How do you see your company playing a part in this equation? Because you need to be physically in many places, but things are going more digital. You've got a metaverse, and people are on Instagram. Oh, how do you fit into this future?
Yes, this is a good one. So during COVID, we had a really, really intense session of brainstorming. Events were cut, and then basically we had to present a digital solution to clients. Yeah, so basically they need both kind of experience, and in this digital era, physical experience becomes more valuable. It's something that people yearn for, and it helps to really build a emotional connection with your audience, in fact.
Okay, you were telling us before the interview started that you grew up with mascots and even had a mascot themed wedding. Tell us more.
Right. That was just last year. Phew, it's over. So basically, we had all our guests dressed up. So we sponsored that, and then it was we just me and my wife, we just wanted the all our guests to have fun, dressing up. So there's all the pictures, and of course my wife loves playing mahjong. So
Okay.
I came in the God of Gambler outfit, while she came
Okay,
in as
okay.
a mahjong queen.
Right.
Right. So that was one walk-in item. And then the next one was me coming in as Prince Charming and her coming in as a princess. Yep.
You said it was only last year during the pandemic.
Yes, last year in October, just 2-3 months after when the hotels wedding banquets they opened fully, and that was when we decided to hey, let's just go ahead so that we could invite all our guests.
Wow, I'm hoping I can get a glimpse of those photos. Trying to very hard to visualize what it all looked like, and I guess it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out for you in future. So, where is the industry heading when it comes to technology, new concepts for mascots? What are people interested in doing, and where do you think this is going?
Right. So we are actually looking into animatronics. So animatronics is basically the use of servos, um, s- mechanical engineering to in a sense people do get confused between robotics and animatronics. So it would be an era whereby you wouldn't have to get people inside a mascot. I mean I've heard too many times it's hard, it's difficult to get in.
Or give me an idea. How hot is it? How long can someone stay in one of these suits?
Right. So typically the industry guide would be 30 minutes for an indoor event. Yes, Danny has been around for a very long time. You're doing a good job, Danny. Um, for an outdoor event, just to be safe, we do not want any heat exhaustion to happen, right? Usually we work around 20 minutes.
All right. So animatronics sounds like a very good idea. How far away are we going when we eventually can replace Danny?
Yeah. So like typically in theme parks, the guy that scares us when we sit on a roller
Yes,
coaster.
yes.
So those are actually animatronics already, right? So we are also thinking in terms of how we can actually lower the cost of animatronics so that it could be imbued, in mascots application for any company.
Delving into a bit more technical in terms of details,
Yeah.
how does animatronics work? Is it AI? Is it? Tell us more.
Right. So, as a person, there's a lot of cognitive thinking. You have to go up to a kid. You bend down to the kid. You open up your arms. So that the kid can come in for a hug. So basically, robots or maybe we require software like AI to be able to interpret all these movements and how you can actually interact well with the person in front. Right. So as of now, I don't think it's that fabulous now, and we don't have the funds to actually have our own research and development center for AI.
Are
So
you using
basically,
ChatGPT then?
yeah. So ChatGPT has definitely come out many times, and we are always looking towards the newer tech in terms of how we can imbue those tech into our current services and characters.
All right, been chatting with Sanee Neo. He is the general manager for Mascot Enterprise, and of course, alongside one of his favorite mascots, Danny, who helps out at the NNI. So, if you want to find out more, you can just check out our podcasts or also visit Mascot Enterprise.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming in.
Thank you.
Money FM 89.3.